Welcome to our Kundalini Yoga journey. So happy you're here with us. While we're still checking in for a few moments, maybe just write where you're coming from and what's your intention for today's practice, or maybe a request or burning curiosity about a specific aspect of it, so I can lean into it and share a little bit before we dive in. And while we're still logging in for a few moments, I want to share actually something really exciting. I just spent a month and a half in Thailand, deepening my training in Kundalini Yoga and Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, which is a very ancient text on how to really dissolve in the meditation. And ultimately, Kundalini Yoga is also a preparation for meditation. The kriyas we're doing, the movements, pranayam, mudras, it's all designed to open up our energetic channels so then the energy can start flowing freely and increase in its capacity and its size. And once the channels are fully opened up, then Kundalini can start slowly, gently rising. And so the 3 levels through which a human being who is committed to self-realization in this lifetime can feel into within herself or himself what actually is good. Basically, first level is considered to be the most gross level, and not like gross bad, but like gross meaning physical, material, mitsut. And so the first practices they have a more rigorous manner. For example, we're doing hatha yoga, right? We're doing different kind of asanas, actually stretching up, opening up, so the body can actually then sit in a long meditation and not be in insane pain. Then we do a little bit more subtle, and that's pranayam, and Kundalini Yoga partially is within that realm as well. And Hatha Yoga and Kundalini Yoga, they're very much interconnected, but Hatha Yoga associated with more physical, more proactive movements, asanas, and Kundalini Yoga it starts to get more subtle. And so the next one is after movements and stretching and opening up and breathing into those openings is the pranayam itself, when you actually do quite a lot of practices just sitting or doing very subtle movements, and your whole focus and attention is on the pranayam, on the energy within your body. And that's considered to be a more subtle way, but there is no better or worse way. They all need it for different reasons, right? Something that's also needed for the gross level of purification of a human body is fasting, for example, right? We just clean our body from the old food, and old food, it's not just the elements, it's also energy that was associated with that food and mood in which we ate that food. It's all in our body. And so when we purify our body of old remnants of food, that allows the body to open up and to receive higher level of energies. And so after pranayam, we go into more subtle and subtle ones, and it's considered with the imagination and visualization. And this is where the lines started to blur, because you can still be doing pranayam, but you're more proactively imagining with all of your being how you move the flow of energy on one side of the body or another side of the body, or imagining how the light in your chest is just exploding and it's becoming brighter and shinier. And so you visualize things. And then the kind of very pre-final one, you can start imagining yourself as space. For example, you imagine that you are not just confined to this physical meat suit, but you actually are space as well, and you kind of just melt into it. It's like when you really lean into that thought, it's actually quite orgasmic. And so these practices that I've been doing for this last month and a half in Thailand, which have been merging all of these levels of opening up of human body, I've described them in short for you. And the final one is usually we basically connect to the sensation of the void, that we are the void itself. Every single one of us is the element of God. So we have all the capabilities to birth universes and to destroy universes simply with our consciousness and our awareness. And this is the most mystical part, because the subtle imaginative practices, when you just sit, they're considered to me the most subtle, but actually when you master them, they can move everything in a physical material reality much faster than you ever just would achieve if you just do the asanas and hatha yoga. So it's very fascinating. It's kind of like the snake eating its own tail. And I just feel so grateful, inspired by all the teachings, and I will continue to fuse in all of our webinars and teachings that I share here with more and more little details. So I hope you'll find something useful every time. So feel free also to ask me if you have any specific questions or doubts or whatnot. I'm usually kind of just like a free flow vehicle when it comes to these calls. So I just share what comes to me. And overall, for some of you that maybe are, I think all of you guys been here before, actually. No, Daphne hasn't been there. Okay. Yes, so Daphne, if you have any specific questions, please feel free to type it in the chat box overall. And yeah, what we mentioned today in the Zoom call, it's also about, of course, the chakra system, but the chakra system, in the beginning, they say the mystics split it on 12 chakras, then it's on 7 chakras, but really is actually 3. And it's also the 3 steps of evolution, and you can see it in anything. In Dante and Divine Comedy, it's hell, purgatory, heaven. Hell is when you don't know what you don't know, and you actually feel quite okay about this. It's like a comfortable known hell. Then you decide to learn, and all of your stuff starts to rise into the surface, and you actually understand how you've been causing your own suffering. And this is the purgatory. The second stage is usually the hardest, and all of the difficulties may arise. And heaven, of course, if you transcend it and take full ownership for the reality that you've been designing with your level of consciousness, especially the subconscious part, and then rise into your full beauty, full potential, full innocence. And so in the chakras, it's kind of a similar thing, but it's just put it on the root chakra, heart chakra, and the crown, Sahasrara. And the root chakra is you just fully in the animal world of wanting things and getting them, by whatever means. And then we'll learn some things and transcend and enter the second level of heart, and remembering the unity, that we're one unified organism that has its parts communicating with each other. And so when we understand it on a deeper level, then we actually start to falling in love with the world and having much more compassion for all the beings around us, because they are actually just projections of our consciousness. And then the last one is, of course, if we transcend it, and then we fully step into the divine self. And so this is kind of like the rough draft of it. And of course, if we can go through each chakra separately, then we can lean into many, many, many more layers within each chakra. And actually, in the course that I've designed, Gods at Play, which we share partially on this platform, I actually go for each chakra and I develop like the habits that you can embody. How does it play out in your relationship? How does it may play out in your finances, or how you even pack your closet with clothing? So like each of those chakras has its impact on all aspects of your life. And so when you unpack that chakra through Kundalini Yoga practice, through contemplation, through journaling, through meditation, that's how you're actually opening up that energetic center. And it can bring out some subconscious maybe pain or difficulties sometimes if there's some energy that's stuck, and also a lot of beauty and a lot of magic and creativity. So it's always both. And I look at it almost like a classic chemistry lesson or alchemy. We all continuously actually evolving, but some of us who really resist some lessons, then we may devolve, and we evolve in the grand scheme of things, but we may be devolving within this lifetime or within a year or a month or a week, right? But if you really focus on it, it's just a chemistry that continues to move into more and more layers and expand. And in my journey in Kundalini Yoga, I don't look at it as like a one straight line when you just go from bottom up. I look at it more as a continuous circulation of energy. So maybe within one class, my first 2 chakras got really activated, and I love it. And I just feel life force there, and some ideas and creativities come through, emotions. Another class, it may be something around my throat chakra and my crown opening up, and I'm also enjoying it as well. So actually, every single class you can be deeply enriched by something, inspired, and bring it into many aspects of your life. So I would say that would be a good little introduction for today's class. And again, guys, if there's any questions rising into you, then we can cover it. But in the meantime, I will start preparing for our Kundalini Yoga journey, and we'll turn on some music. So just give me one moment. Right. Perfect. Let me see if you can. Okay, perfect. It's playing. All right. Is anyone here, Daphne? Is it for you? Is the first time for Kundalini class? Oh wow. Okay, welcome. So happy to share this with you. Yeah, I'm always very excited actually about first-time students because there's so many stories about Kundalini yoga and Kundalini, everything from this is dangerous to Yogi Bhajan messed it up to don't ever do this, there's so many stories. And for me personally, what it's been is just a love affair with my own soul, body, and anyone I practice with, basically. I look at it like that. And I just gently, slowly move my body, move my breath, and things continue to unpack. But just to give you basic structures so you know what's going on in the class is basically Kundalini yoga practices. They include three main aspects. First is the movement of your spine. We move it in all kind of directions, but basically the spine is holding our life force, and which is the reason why we want to activate it, so then the life force can move a little more freely. Yeah. Then the second one is, and mudras kind of like that's another part of movement, but that's done because we also activate the specific channels of the energy that connect to specific points within our body. So when we hold specific fingers, we actually harmonize sometimes the two hemispheres. So whichever way is the Kriya designed to lead the energy in a specific direction. And then the breath, moving the prana, is one of the most important things. And because majority of the people breathe in kind of like in a more shallow manner, when we just calm, it's just kind of here in our throat. And so when we start breathing deeper, or maybe faster or more rapid, the oxygen starts to get into many different new spots that the body previously hasn't been touched. And that by nature unpacks new levels of energy within our body and sometimes subconscious stories, which is why I always say in my classes, if some emotions rising in you, let it. Like I often have a good cry in the class, especially when I'm practicing by myself. Or sometimes you may start like uncontrollably laughing. Or like in one of my classes, I have a student who basically 80% of the time in classes orgasms, like really loud. And so just like different people have different kind of things happening in their body. And it's all beautiful. We're just really moving the energy. And if anything, to me, it's like we're brushing the teeth every day. This is how I brush my energetic body every day. And so I welcome you to just look at it from that perspective and not to judge any kind of sensations that may be rising in your body. Of course, if you ever get too dizzy or too maybe spaced out, all you need is just calm down, slow down the movement, or lay down if you need, and just start breathing deeply. And usually that's how the energy starts to calm down. So I always give the Kriyas very gradually, so I haven't seen any like too shocking, drastic, dangerous movements ever in any of my classes. So I'm very gentle. That's why I call it tantric gradual awakening and not like some shocking wave. And the final one, we use mantras. And mantras is this like secret bija sounds. Bija in Sanskrit means seed, the seed sounds of consciousness. And so we use it to invoke specific energies that have a meaning. And they have a meaning for our mind, which I'll explain, but it also has a deeper meaning for kind of like a direct VIP line to God. Because when we use normal human language, we use that language also for sometimes complaining or gossiping or blaming or whatever. But Sanskrit is a very pure language, and it's used for prayers, mantras, invocations. It's very sacred. And so when we connect to that energy, we pretty quickly start to merge with that if we just repeat it. And the point is at some point just to let go of the control of the mind, of attempting to understand it or counting how many more minutes you have left, but actually dissolve into the movement of that sound that's moving through your body. And because human body is mostly made out of water, water is easily codified by any words or thoughts we produce. We basically become codified with that mantra. So it has a very powerful effect on many things in our lives. And there's a saying also in Kundalini Yoga is when you say these mantras, you enter into the radio station of all the mystics and all the teachers and all the beings that have ever sharing and will be sharing these teachings. And you just enter into like a very pure Sangha. Sangha, it's like your closest fellow travelers towards awakening, and they're here in our digital form, but they're also in physical form and beyond time and space. So it's a very beautiful practice that combines all of those together. And the important thing is to know is we do each kriya for about 3 minutes, specific movement and breath, and then at the end we take a deep breath in, hold the breath, and then we lock the root lock, which means squeeze your anus, your sexual organs, and your lower abdominals and just hold it like a bathtub. And then you focus your eyes on the third eye, mid-eyebrow point, with eyes closed. So it looks like you're kind of rolling your eyes. And we just stay there for as long as you can. Holding your breath, holding your root lock, focus on the third eye, shoulders are straight, and just try to dissolve into that pause, being full of prana, full of air. And only when you're truly ready, let go, relax, and then meditate and witness how this wave of prana actually melts you into so much relaxation. And usually we say this is the time when you do the kriya means action. When you do this movement, this kriya, you talk to God or you call God. When you hold the breath, God picks up the phone. And then when you let go, God talks to you through you. So you have a lot of actually beautiful realizations often when you let go after that holding. Sometimes it could be just emotion, or sometimes an insight or an idea. It could be a lot of really beautiful things that's coming through. So this is the structure of each kriya. It's just at the end of it, we hold the breath, hold the root lock, and focus on the third eye. And the root lock meaning squeezing your anus and sexual organs and just holding it. Why we also do it for biological reasons is basically human body is like a torus and the energy is moving through it. So when you hold in the breath, you basically just build up the energy. It started to go higher. And then when you hold the breath, you inform your cells of your body that now it is going to be staying at the new level of energy expansion. And the body starts to become familiar with that. And so when you breathe out, you don't drop all your Kundalini energy all the way in the bottom. It goes a little bit lower, but not completely to the bottom. And so every time we rise a little bit more, hold it, relax. Again, a little bit more, hold it, relax. And in that way, we rise our energy and purify our body step by step. So that's about kriyas. And the first mantra with which we always open the practice is Om Namo Gurudev Namo. It means I bow to the creative wisdom outside of me and I'm fully receiving it. So Ong, O-N-G, it's like a very feminine sound, it's almost like a second sound. Om Namo, Namo means bow, and Guru Dev Namo means I also bow to my inner guru and I always do my best, Dev, the highest point. And so in that way, we honor what's around us that nourishing us, teaching us, giving us the reflection, and we're receptive to understand it, to receive it. And then Gurudev Namo will also take responsibility for our inner creatorship, for our ability to cause things. That more of a masculine principle is, let's say. So every human being, no matter man or woman, has a feminine and masculine qualities within themselves. So we bow to our inner harmony, our inner balance, and ability to choose from what perspective to act in each moment, because we're sensitive to the moment itself. So that's the mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. We sing it 3 times. I welcome you to really sing, because also you actually heal yourself with your own sound of your own voice. Even if it's humming or oming, your cells become literally alive when they hear you sound. Not to mention your whole body and face starts to vibrate, because this is how this vehicle works. And so if you sing often enough, like some mystics actually play the mantras very quietly in their house all the time and repeat that they record it with their own voice, because it's the most healing vibration to be in, is to sing mantras of your own voice. So please sing and don't be shy. It's not about being a singer, it's about being a vehicle that has vocal cords that can produce sounds. And so just allow yourself to produce sounds and connect to your heart and just sound from the heart. And the closing mantra is always Sat Nam. Sat Nam means I am truth, truth is my identity. And in that way, we honor our inner truth, our inner intuitive hunches, and act from that place. And this is the most important core mantra in Kundalini Yoga, because we believe that if we ignore our own inner truth, we collapse our power. And so it's extremely important to listen to your inner voice, and even sometimes nobody understands you or judges you or whatnot. And it's better even to listen to your voice and be wrong and make your own mistake and learn from it and then do better next time than follow the society and never actually test drive your own deep understanding of reality, which we all have if we just activate it. And with Kundalini Yoga, it's one of the fastest techniques to open up your intuition pretty quickly. I guess I'm gonna stop talking and let's dive into the practice. So I welcome you to start closing your eyes. Most of the practice is done with eyes closed. I focus on the third eye so you can actually connect to your inner universe. And let's just start slowly stretching our body, our neck, our spine. And just start noticing what part of the body would just really appreciate the extra stretching. And I welcome you to start also deepening your breath. Deep breath in through the nose, deep breath out through the nose. Maybe raise your hands into the air and also stretch it out a little bit to your right and to your left. Just open up the lungs areas and just start becoming familiar, like this gentle, curious lover that learns, what does this body actually need? And lovingly give it to yourself. All of our practice will be done pretty much with eyes closed. Focus on the third eye and the mid-eyebrow point. And in that way, we'll also activate the muscles that start to stimulate our pineal gland and our pituitary gland. And our intuitive forces starts to get more and more strong with practice. And once you're ready and stretched a little bit, find yourself right in the center. And I welcome you to start rubbing your hands together, the spine open and straight. And I welcome you to set an intention for today's practice. What is it that you would like to activate? Maybe it's the energy of gentleness, or curiosity, clarity, a deep connection to the source, remembrance that we are each the source. Whatever that is important for you, connect to that intention. And when you're ready, you can stop and press palms one against another and open your chest and your back, sitting in a joyful royal position. And we're going to take a couple of deep breaths in and out and then sing Om Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times together. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out, let go. Another deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in, and we begin. Gurudev Namo. Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And take a deep breath in. Hold your breath, lock your root lock, focus on the third eye, shoulders are open, and stay here in the pause and the fullness of your being, in your beauty and your majesty. And only when you're ready, let go, breathe out, and just relax for a few moments. Hands on your knees, palms down or up, and just relax your shoulders, your face, relax your belly, and just slow, deep, meditative breathing. Yeah. And now from here, let's begin into our first warm-up that we always do in Kundalini, cat and cow. So you get on your fours, the hands right under your shoulders, palms opened up and fully firmed, stably settled into the ground, and the knees right under your hips. And so we're gonna be breathing in and rising the head and hips up, and imagining the mantra Sat when you go up, and then go down and breathe out and imagining the mantra Nam. So it's Sat when you go up and breathe in, and Nam when you go down and breathe out. Eyes are closed, focus on the third eye point, and really dissolve for 3 minutes. Start slow, and then with time increase the movement, the speed, but breath is always deep. now take a deep breath in and bring the head and hips up. Hold your breath, lock your root lock, stay here. Now deep breath out and close. And again, suspend your breath, lock your root lock, third eye. Take a deep breath in into the center. And a deep breath out and to relax into a child's pose, hands in the prayer and third eye on the floor. So fully relax, let go, breathe deeply. Feel like the muscles in your face and your shoulders fully letting go, dropping all the tension, all the worries, and you're dissolving into the peace, into relaxed state. Beautiful. And when you're ready, slowly, gently come back up into the sitting position, into the easy pose. Maybe you can use the pillow or anything to sit down and just relax. Come back to yourself with the eyes closed, slow breathing. Beautiful. And now we're gonna activate our neck so the energy can flow freely in there. And we're gonna do it by moving the head. So it's 2 times to the left. So it's like this. And so breathe in, breathe out, breathe out. So it's, and be gentle because sometimes neck has some tension, and then get into the flow. In, out, out. Sat, sat, nam, nam. Dissolve so the thoughts don't come, just the mantra. Yeah? Let's go. And now switch the direction, and it's kind of like up and down to your left diagonally 2 times, and then up and down diagonally to your right. Again, be very gentle. We're touching a lot of muscles that we sometimes don't move at all. So it's breathe in, breathe out on the right side. 1 deep breath in, 1 deep breath out on the right. And just feel how certain aspects of your neck opening up so the life force can move freely. now let's move to the left against the clock in a slow circular movement. To your left against the clock. Deep breathing in when you go forward and to the left, and then deep breathing out when you go back and to your right. Find a good rhythm that suits you. Slow deep breathing. Feel if you're making love with your neck, with your higher upper shoulders, and just really opening up all the parts there with your prana, with your movement, with relaxation. And now move the direction to your right, clockwise. And again, deep breathing in when you go forward and to your right, and deep breathing out when you go back and to your left. Find the little crevices of your neck to activate, to open up, to love even more. And now meet yourself in the center and just take a deep breath in. Hold your breath, lock your root lock and fingers and Gyan Mudra, where index finger meets the thumb, and hold it on your knees and just relax while you hold in your breath. So there is no tension in your face or in your body. You just hold in your breath. Hold in your root lock, third eye. Meet yourself in all of your fullness and all of your beauty. And only when you're ready, let go. Breathe out, relax, meditate for a few moments. Beautiful. And from this place, let's activate through Sufi circles all of our spine. So it's to your left against the clock. Deep breathing in, deep breathing out. Make sure all of your spine, all of your neck, everything is opening up. You're leaving no stone unturned. And I welcome you to connect to the energy. What are you letting go of? What negative thoughts, self-limiting beliefs, habits that you know have been maybe holding you back? And just thank them and let them go. Breathe deeply. Now speed up a little bit and make it more dynamic, more powerful, maybe more wild. Let go of sound. If there is a sound like a roar or screaming or meowing or purring, just let it out. Beautiful. Now change the direction to your right, clockwise, the opposite direction. And now welcome you to connect to the sensation, what energy is in your life you're creating with your state. and emanate that energy, whether it's energy of courage or playfulness or kindness or gentleness or deeper intuitive understanding, and acting on your intuition. Connect to what you want to create and create it right now with your own being. Breathe deeply. Beautiful. And now slowly slow down and just take a deep breath in the center. Hold your breath, lock your root lock, fingers in Gyan Mudra, resting on your knees, shoulders are open, and hold your breath in all of your beauty and all of your fullness. And only when you're ready, let go. Breathe out, relax, and meditate. Beautiful. And now let's activate our shoulders by breathing up and down. So it's and feel like you're dropping all the tension, all the thoughts, all the energies in the world that are confusing and sometimes just exhausting. Let it go out of your body with every breath out, yeah? Focus on the third eye and fully dissolve into that movement for 2.5 minutes. Let's go. Sat Nam, Sat Nam. If the thoughts still come, chant Sat Nam in your mind. And now speed up a little bit, last 30 seconds, strong, fast. And now take a deep breath in, put your shoulders up. And now hold your breath, lock your root lock, focus on the third eye and squeeze your face and your body and all of you. Squeeze, concentrate. Feel all of your energy coming into the one dot. And only when you're ready, let go of the sound. Ha. And just fully relax and meditate. And now next movement, we will open up our heart chakra, which is very important. So we can breathe, and emotionally we can be more open to love, to compassion, to forgiveness. And so we're putting the hands on our shoulders, and let's just stretch our hands a couple of times. And just feel like if there's any tension, just gently leaning into it and stretch it and share some love with it. Slow, deep breathing. And when the shoulders are opened, let's put the hands like this, the fingers again in Gyan Mudra, and just breathing in, moving to your left, and breathing out, moving to your right. So you become a bit like a windmill of some sorts. Focus on the third eye, eyes are closed, and feel like your heart is opening. Compassion is entering your space. Forgiveness and deeper love for yourself and for the world. Breath in, breath out. Last 30 seconds, the most wide open, deep breathing, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. And now meet yourself in the center, take a deep breath in. Hold your breath, lock your root lock, focus on the third eye, meet yourself in the open heart, in compassion and the remembrance that we are love in human form, that split itself into the separate human beings just for fun, so it can get to know itself and get to love itself. And only when you're truly ready, let go, breathe out, relax, and meditate. Let go of every muscle in your body. Witness the energy, the aura expanding, shining bright. Beautiful. And from this place, we will balance out our breathing, our left and right hemisphere, by doing the alternate nostril breathing. So you can use the two fingers, this finger and the big one, yeah? So this is going to be used for the nostrils, and the two on the top, you can just put it on your third eye. In that way, it can also activate your pineal gland and pituitary gland with time. And so first we hold the left nostril, and we're breathing in through the right one. And I welcome you to do the count for everybody their own. So let's say 4 counts. So 4 counts. And then when you hold your breath with both nostrils, and if it's easier for you, use your fingers or just hold your breath. When you hold your breath, do the holding 4 times longer than your initial breathing in from the right nostril. So if it's 4 counts breathing in, it's 16 counts holding. And then when you're breathing out from the other nostril, it's 8 counts. So basically the proportion is 1, 4, 2, right? 1 meaning 4 counts, for example. 4 meaning 4 times 4, 16. And 2 meaning 4 times 2, it's 8, yeah? And then hold the breath when you empty at the end for as long as you can. That's usually the hardest, but try for as long as you can. So for example, you're breathing in from the right, now holding 16. And now open up the left nostril and breathing out slowly from the left nostril on 8 counts. And try to hold the breath when you empty, even for 4 to 6 counts. And now breathing in from the left nostril, 4 counts. Close it, hold for 16. And breathing out from the right one for 8 counts. And again, hold the breath, 4 to 8 counts. And now do it at your own pace. The longer, the deeper the breath, the better it is. Just find your groove and meditate into it. When you hold in your breath, you could also experiment with locking your root lock and focusing on the third eye, and that way the energy gets collected even more so. Enjoy the expanding your capacity. And finish the round and reach your own to complete the full circle. And then take the deepest breath in with 2 nostrils. And the deepest breath out, and just relax and meditate and witness your body, your mind, how it's all started to get calmer, more harmonized, more grounded and centered. Beautiful. And from this place, let's move into the ego eradicator. Now that we purified our channels, and by the way, I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that one of your nostrils is probably more blocked than the other. That's totally normal when you begin this practice, and then you purify it and you actually become harmonized. And something to consider, to think about, if your right nostril is blocked, it means your proactive masculine energy may be a bit blocked. Maybe you're just maybe afraid to make a move, you know, to be proactive, strong. And if your left nostril is blocked, that's more feminine energy, so reflect within yourself. Maybe your receptivity, softness, gentleness, ability to reflect has been a bit blocked. And so that could be a good identification of what's going on with you, because our body is very much connected to our psyche and our behavior. So reflect within yourself on that. And from this place, let's go into the ego eradicator. So we're going to put the hands into this little mudra, fingers on the pillows to activate all the nerves here. And the big thumbs are out, which represents in Kundalini Yoga our ego. So we dissolve our ego into the cosmos, so it remembers that it's not separate and it's actually part of the thing, and it doesn't have to fight. It can just dance with, love with, and it will just be a bit more fun than fighting. So put in the hands 60 degrees up, closing your eyes, focus on the third eye, and breath of fire. And breath of fire is you using your belly to push it out, and breathing out actively. Breathing in happens automatically, so it's and it's equal measure. And just start that fire and feel like the fire is rising into your sexual organs, and upper and upper and upper, and you're like the shining ball of light, of beauty, of goodness. All right, 2.5 minutes, let's go. Eyes are closed. And ladies, if you're on your moon, on your period, and bleeding too much today, then just slow deep breathing instead, okay? Let's go. I welcome you to connect to your courage, to your purpose, to what moves your heart, and to what you stand for in this life. And go for it. 1 more minute. And now take a deep breath in. And connect your big thumbs together and open the rest of the fingers wide and put it fully into the air. Stretch and hold your breath. Lock your heart lock. Focus on the third eye and stay here. Stretch like a guitar string, fully connected to the earth and to the sky. Feel your majesty, feel your strength, feel your purity. And now continue to hold the hands in the air and breathe out with mouth open. And now again, breathe in with mouth open. Hold your breath, lock your root lock, stay here. And one more time, breathe out. And the longest, deepest breath in. Hold your breath, lock your root lock, focus on the third eye, stretch. Feel your majesty, feel your magic right here. Connect to yourself. And only when you're ready, slowly, gently let go. Relax and gently put the hands on your knees, palms up, and meditate. Witness how your aura is expanding and shining brighter, how there is more energy, more presence, more inner harmony established. Beautiful. And from this space, we will enter with you into our final Kriya, and after that, we'll go into Shavasana. This is a really beautiful Kriya. It is designed to purify our mind from the thoughts and thought entities that do not serve our highest self. As we all know, there's a big attack on consciousness going on right now on this planet through all the media channels that are run by all kinds of creatures and humans. And it's important to keep your mind pure and clear and actually not let these things, entities, thoughts to occupy your mind, because our mind is like a very fertile ground, and if you put a seed in there, it grows into forest. And so we will purify our mind to allow to stay in our own innocence, in our own clarity and integrity. And the way we're going to do it is following. We're going to put the hands in Gyan Mudra, and we're going to create this kind of like a Pisces Isis shape above our head. And it's going to kind of like intersect as if two circles met, right, above our head. And in that way, we purify it and harmonize our mind. And we're going to sing the mantra, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Yeah, very easy. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. And it means Sat Nam, I celebrate my inner truth, my connection to my intuition, and Wahe Guru, I celebrate this existence and my expression in this existence from my true self, from my connected to the source, to my intuitive knowing. So that's the mantra. And the Kriya goes on for 11 minutes. So some people, when they first try it, they're like, I can't do this for 11 minutes. But actually you can. It's really beautiful. The energy will just start flowing, and you will see it's not even you who is moving the hands. It's your own Kundalini energy will start doing it for you. And if you ever get too tired, of course, if you have some kind of a spasm or something, then of course relax a little bit, let it go, and then again dive in. And I'm going to play a beautiful mantra singing. So I welcome you to use your voice to the highest. Focus on the third eye, eyes are closed, and connect how the purification of your mind has fully taken place. And enjoy. Satnam, Satnam, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, 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 Satnam. Now take a deep breath in, hands on the top and a lock. Hold your breath, lock your root lock, meet yourself and your majesty and your beauty and the purity of your thought and absolute connection to your inner intuition, inner guidance. And from this place, slowly, gently let go, breathe out, gently put the hands on your knees, palms up and meditate. Witness on how majestic you are. Beautiful. And when you're ready, slowly from that space, transition into Shavasana, into 3 minutes relaxation, letting go of every muscle in your body and just being. Get comfortable and let go. Breath in and a deep breath out. And then hug the right knee to your chest and put it all the way to the left on the ground. And the right hand to your right. Look to your right and deep breathing. Open up and stretch. Switch the legs and hug the left knee to your chest, put it all the way to your right on the ground. the left arm to the left, and slow deep breathing and stretch. Backwards 3-4 times. And slowly, gently come back up into the sitting position in no rush. Settle in into the happy Buddha meditational state. And from this place, we're gonna close it with Sat Nam, singing the mantra 3 times. And before that, let's start rubbing our hands together, eyes are closed. And I welcome you to truly feel the heat of gratitude for yourself, for your loved ones, for anything that is beautiful on our planet, and maybe something that is difficult as well, that is the point of transformation and transmutation on this human planet, on these realms. So connect to what it is that you're genuinely grateful for, so your heart opens when you think about it. And when you're ready, press palms one against another, open your chest, open your back, and we're gonna sing the mantra Sat Nam 3 times. First, let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Focus on the third eye point, deep breath in, deep breath out. And deep breath in, and we sing long Sat and short Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. And now take a deep breath in. Hold your breath, lock your root lock, shoulders are open, focus on the third eye. Feel yourself and all of your beauty, innocence, goodness, wisdom. And a deep breath out, and we'll go and relax. And if you wish to share blessings with the world, you can put the hands into the sky and say, light to all. And then the hands to the third eye, peace to all. And the hands to the heart, love to all. Sat Nam, thank you so much for your practice. Thank you. Slowly, gently allow yourself to come back. If you still want to be with maybe eyes closed, just allow yourself to integrate or lay down. If you want to open your eyes and maybe even share how you feel free to do so. Maybe you have some questions. I'll just linger here for a few more moments with you. Also, I would like to share that Lily, our teammate from Sigril and from Full of Mind, will share on the chat box a questionnaire that I've created for my students to feel into what it actually you would like to experience more of. I really want to get more personal with people that come to the classes. So you share a little bit about yourself and your curiosity and your needs and your desires, in yoga and meditation, but also in relationships and in general. Like I really just want to understand what is needed, because there are so many angles that we can touch this divine practice and spend time together as a satsang, as a group of like-hearted, like-minded beings. So I would love to be of service and get better and serve in the most specific, tailored manner every time. So please fill out this form if it's not too much trouble for you. And also, I will be sharing more, which I would like to share here as well. Yes, yoga classes. So here we do it about like once every week or maybe once every 2 weeks. I was just traveling for last month and a half and was in the training myself for 8 hours a day, so I was less available, but now we're gonna get back into the flow. I would imagine every other week, or maybe we'll even do it every week. So something like that. And also so speaking of this personal co-creation, my most potent journeys that I witnessed with people that we went through retreats in person or online were always in a quite small containers, because like I would say 6 to 8 people, because in that kind of container you can really tune into each other and share a lot, and because of that receive a much more tailored feedback from me and from the group. And in that way, people just went through massive breakthroughs individually, but also as a group. There was such a powerful, unified field of love that supports everyone. No matter what are you trying to step into, when you feel that love, you just feel more courage, more mischief, and more self-permission to actually go for it. And so I'm gonna, based on this form, questions, answers, I will offer like a mentorship journey for 8 weeks. And so we're gonna have Zoom calls every week, once or twice a week, and an ongoing WhatsApp group and Telegram group where you can ask any questions on a daily basis, and access to my full online course, which I recorded fully. It's basically 5 chunks of material for each chakra: lecture, transmission, an hour class, meditation practices, journaling practices, and then habits that you're welcome to practice for that chakra to be fully activated. And so every week we will go through each chakra, and then we will share in the group, what do you feel is, what state is your chakra in? And then you will promise, first of all, of course, to yourself, but also to the group, that you will step into it in a more courageous manner. And then we will unpack in the next week, how did it go, and move to the next. And so it's a really big, kind of intense transformational journey. Every Zoom call sometimes goes on for 3-4 hours, and that allows everybody to really share and really go deep within themselves. And if you guys are curious, then please feel free to reach out or ask more questions. I will do it in the form of like a little mini interview process. Whoever is interested, I will just welcome that person to jump on a Zoom call, which will be free, but it will be for me to get to know the student and for the student to get to know me and ask any personal questions that are needed to be asked. And then if it feels aligned, then the person is welcome to join. And we will dive in the beginning of May. So that's what's coming up in this like personal journey. Okay, I'm gonna read some things. Jackie, wow, amazing experience. I can feel like I'm able to liberate myself carefree. Yay! I can feel like the blockages are getting released, weakened, and getting healed more and more. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, Jackie. Yeah, this is what this work is for, is really to let go of all these blockages that we hold, partially in our mind, but then it also, of course, expressed in our body in the form of actual physical knots or just energetic blockages. And then when we do this kind of practices, it's actually just the energy starts moving and purifying, and everything becomes more effortless, more joyful, more aligned. That's why of all the practices that I've done in my life, Hatha, Vinyasa, Bikram, working out, boxing, ballet dancing, swimming. I've done so much. Still, Kundalini Yoga is my favorite. It's just the quicker access to the intuitive, mystical magic that we each carry within, and working with our subconscious in a very beautiful, subtle way, which is also very important. I love swimming too. Awesome. Daphne, I want to check how you're feeling for the first Kundalini class. How's your body? I don't know if I spelled it correctly. Daphne, right? Just so, yeah, I know how you're feeling good. If there's any questions. Yeah.
Oh,
Yay. Feeling good? Awesome. Okay, perfect. Yeah. I always want to make sure that, like, especially for the first time, sometimes people like getting to know it, that like the physical movements or emotions or anything else. So awesome. Well, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Thank you, Daphne. All right, David, do you want to share anything? See that your mic is on.
my mic is on. Oh, yes, my mic is on.
Hello, you're alive.
Yes. I get late for the class, but I enjoy the moment.
Mm,
It was so peaceful for me, for
mm,
my. Uh, I try to change some things in my life, and I need to feel confidence in myself.
mm. And how's it going now?
I feel very good. I feel ready to what I have to do.
That's so beautiful. That's magical. Actually, I want to share something about confidence now that you're inspired by mentioning it. I used to actually really struggle with confidence because I was bullied as a child. And there was this like an interesting extreme. I would be either very shy or very pushy to compensate for my shyness. I was going like either direction and was like surprised like why things sometimes not working out. And then with obviously with mystical spiritual practices, like I just started leaning into more of inner alignment and integrity and like just deep calm love, and that just gave me the permission to just confidently share what I want to share. Like I don't even need to check anymore with society if it's approved because I know deep inside it's in truth and it's in love. And that kind of like everything became easier now, and it's just like sometimes world may not catch up yet with fully understanding you, and that's also okay, but you just gotta stand by your own inner integrity, right? And your own inner love. So I just wish for you that calm knowing, calm peace, no matter what it is you choose to embark on today and going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, David, for sharing. All right, guys. Well, it was beautiful to practice with you. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for your trust and choosing to spend time together in this way. I look forward to connect with you in the future upcoming classes. And if you wanted to fill out the form and share with me any desires that you have for the upcoming offerings, I would be so curious to read your responses, just like 11 question form. Or feel free to me to reach out maybe on Instagram. I'm on aliciana.ra, R-A, and then we can also schedule a call and dive into it. I'm very much interested in like a very personal journey with people that I will be working with. So then we all really get to know each other on a deep level. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day,
Bye. Thank
evening,
you.
wherever you are, and see you soon. Mwah. Have a good day. Sat Nam.